guys, IndigoShy here, back at it again with another video. And today I kind of just wanted to touch on, like I said in my last video, I was going to touch on kind of all of my spirituality, how I got here, kind of start from like the beginning of my story. I haven't always been this spiritual. I did grow up in the church, things of that nature. My third eye, I would say I did open when I was like 14. So for me, that's been almost 8 years that my third eye has been open, but I haven't really consciously been spiritual, shall I say. I've only been that for like the past 2 years, and that's because I stopped eating meat and I locked my hair up around the same time, and that's kind of when I delved more into my spiritual journey. So not saying that I wasn't spiritual before then, but I didn't really feed as much into the spiritual journey and really understand what it was from them. So where I want to start is, I guess I'll start with my birthday, because I feel like that's the best part about my spirituality. Is my birthday. I was born on 11/26. And I was born early. So you guys are going to kind of get into how Desiree thinks about her numbers and things of that nature. I was born early. I was born actually at 24 weeks. Yes, 24 weeks. And if you know anything about universal numbers, 24 equals 6, which is one of the master numbers. 3, 6, and 9 are wonderful numbers. So yes, I was born 11/26, which it's funny to me because my original due date was supposed to be February 6th, which is my grandmother's birthday, one of my aunt's birthdays, also Bob Marley's birthday. But I decided to come on November 26th, so 11/26. And I came on 11/26, 1998. 1998 is a year of 9, so it's like a year of completion, basically starting a new cycle. 9 is also a master number. It's basically one of the biggest, it's our master number that we have. What was I about to say? Oh, it's the last real number, and I will get into that in another video about how numbers operate, but 9 is the last real number. So, yes, I was born on 11/26, and 26 is 2/6, and I was supposed to be born on February 6th, which is 2/6. So I thought that was very crazy that I was born on 2/6, but of the 11th month, and 11 is a double number. Double numbers are confirmations from the universe, just wonderful, beautiful things. So I was just like, okay, universe was setting me up for like greatness from birth, and I was like, okay. When I peeped into it, I was like, whoa, like it blew my mind, and that's why I got the tattoo. And because I always caught the time on the clock, I was like, yeah, girl, we getting this tattoo. And I did it as a time because that's how I always caught the time on the clock. Also, with that, I did not know me and Dr. Sabi had the same birthday. And if you don't know who Dr. Sabi is, he's basically like I don't want to say the founder of alkalinity, but he is one of the most well-known people when it comes to an alkaline diet and leading an alkaline diet. So yeah, I didn't know that, and I was like, oh my god. And it's so crazy because I'm plant-based. I was into alkalinity. I do kind of consider myself an herbalist in a way. So I was like, that is very, very cool. And Dr. Sabi was an innovator, if you want to say that. He was like the leader of a movement. And that's how I kind of view myself. So to like know that I have that energy in me, I'm just like, that is amazing. Also, I was born on Thanksgiving, which is really funny because that was always my fun fact growing up. I'm like, oh, tell us something fun about yourself. I was born on Thanksgiving. Cute, right? Now I don't eat meat. So I think it's really funny that I was born on Thanksgiving and I don't eat meat. And I was just like, WTF. Like, that makes no sense. I was like, that is really ironic. And I want to look up something because I knew the meaning of the turkey before, and I just wanted to look it up again, just so that I don't say anything wrong while saying it, and I give you guys accurate information. But let's go to it. Okay, yeah. So basically, from what I was seeing, is the turkey is good for abundance, is closely associated with nature, fertility, things of that nature. I think that's really funny because my mother calls me her flower child. I was also always considered the black sheep of my family, so I always thought differently, always didn't see things as everyone else seen them. I am currently the only person in my family who does eat plant-based. I do not eat meat, no fish, or anything. If it has a soul and it has to die for me to eat it, I don't want to eat it. That's just how I feel about it. So yeah, that's why I wanted to look up what a turkey meant. I was like, what does it mean? Because the universe communicates in signals, signs, numbers, all those things. So just kind of connecting all of those signs makes me realize like who I am and my purpose. And once you know what your purpose is and what you're here for, no one can tell you anything wrong. But also, that helps to kill or to deplete depression, helps to deplete anxiety, helps to deplete a lot of things. Because if we're ever like depressed or anxious and things of that nature, one, we're looking too much into the past, which is depression, too much in the future, which is anxiety. But we're also not set in what our purpose is. So I'm now leading a life where I only want to live my purpose. I only want to do things that are serving my purpose, and my purpose is exactly this: is to educate people. Personally, I run a plant-based meal prep business where I make it affordable for people to eat healthy foods, because a lot of times I hear, oh, it's so expensive to eat plant-based, and it's expensive to eat plant-based and to still eat meat. If you cut out the meat, eating plant-based is really not that expensive. I tell people all the time, I can take a can of chickpeas, a bunch of kale, and a cup of quinoa and have enough food for me to eat for 4 days. So it's just all about how you do it, and that's why I'm kind of here to just educate people and make it easier for people to transition and kind of get to those points. Bringing back the spirituality into everyday lives. That's what I'm kind of here for, and I love it. So yeah, that was the breakdown of like my birthday and kind of like how that was like the starting point of all of it. Like I did say, I did open my third eye at 14. I started watching things like Hidden Colors, things of that nature, and it wasn't my third eye. Like, it wasn't like me stepping into my spirituality. It was me questioning religion at 14, and that's what it was. I don't knock anyone's religion. My view on religion is that all these books are talking about the same God, that there is one external source, there is one external power. I call it the universe or the higher power. But that all of these books are talking about the same thing, and they're all really puzzle pieces to one big puzzle. And the big puzzle is spirituality. The big puzzle is love. That's kind of what everything is. What everything should teach is that we love one another regardless, and that we are the direct reflection of those higher powers, the direct reflections of those gods. So we should treat ourselves accordingly. As much love and thanks as we give to them, we should give to ourselves, because if we are doing right by ourselves, we are doing right by them. If that makes any sense. And I don't say it to offend anybody or their views or anything, but I do say it to kind of challenge your perspective and open your perspective of how you think. Because I grew up in the church. I grew up in choirs and dance teams and Bible studies and vacation Bible schools and church retreats and church every Sunday and all of that. I grew up in everything, like knew every single chapter of the Bible, like all of it. I grew up in all of it. I realized that it just didn't sit right with me, and that it was one part to a puzzle piece. Also, how it came about and how our people came about it, I just wasn't with any of that. So, and also the name of who they pray to and all, that's a whole other video. I don't try to do stuff to offend people, so I don't get into all of that. But yes, do your research, look into what you look into. But that is ultimately what started my spiritual awakening at 14. So I was the person at 14 running around saying a bunch of stuff, and people thought I was like fucking crazy, because I was still in 10th grade at the time. So everyone's like, this girl is just cool, crazy nuts. And now people are asking me for advice. So yay. Another thing I did want to touch on that I touched on in the earlier video, and I said I would touch on here, is I talked about traveling. People are like, you travel? Yes, I time travel in my sleep. But by that I mean that that a lot of times I had deja vu as a kid. And the most specific one I can remember is that I had a dream that I was working at a summer camp when I was 15. I actually ended up working at this summer camp, and when the deja vu moment happened at work, I was just like, yeah, there's no way in hell. Like, that's when I really started questioning certain stuff, because I don't remember the moment verbatim, but I remember I was sitting at the table and something happened, and every time that I have deja vu, I feel myself shift. So, like, I feel myself come into it, because I realize I've seen this before, and then I feel myself shift into that realm of being there. And when that happened, I was like, there's no way in hell as a kid I would have known that I would have been here. So that's when I realized that I actually started time traveling in my sleep and would travel to the future. Another part of that is I used to have dreams as a kid that I was levitating. They're like, so when I would come back to like real life, I would be so upset that I couldn't levitate. I was like, why can't I levitate? Why are my feet touching the ground? Because in a different dimension, that's all that I was doing. So as I got older, I did realize like what all these things meant spiritually and what they are. And now that I'm more in tune to them, I'm fully aware that I travel every single night in my sleep. And now I keep a little dream thing in my notes where every night if I remember something from my dream, even if it's something little, like even if it's not all the details or everything, like I just write down a little blurb. I write down all my notes from my dreams because then you start to notice patterns and things going on. So that's what I really love. But yes, I used to travel. I travel in my sleep. I travel to the future. I have visions, psychic things happen in my sleep all the time. Whenever I do experience deja vu now, I know that it's deja vu. And it's got to the point where sometimes I can dream it the night before, and then that day it happens. And sometimes when I know, like, okay, you're really, really in tune. Sometimes it's like further on. Other times, I do get a lot of like downloads from the universe, a lot of signs and signals in my dreams. Like last night, I had a dream that a person that I'm currently into, I was with them and they wanted to have a conversation with my father. And for everyone who personally doesn't know me, I don't really have the closest relationship with my father right now. So that was very like different to me. And I was like, okay, I know what that means because I've been doing a lot of work personally on my shadow side. So what that meant for me is that this is like this relationship that I'm trying to move into is kind of something that's making me work on my shadow side, and that's what that was showing me. Is that it was really literally like my shadow side and like what I want just meeting together and kind of conversing, if I may. And that was like really cool to just see it like play out and to see it happen. But to just have that ability to step back and look and go, oh my gosh, I know what this means. Like, or to sit back. So I will tell everyone, like, keep a dream journal. Like, do it. I always thought it was when people like, can you write down your dreams? No, write down your dreams. You start to notice patterns, start to realize what things mean. If you start to dream or have the same dream over and over, the same person reoccur, reach out to that person or reach into yourself and figure out what exactly that person means to you and why that person is continuously popping up. And deal with that issue. Yes, because a lot of times our dreams are subconscious, so deal with these things. We need to deal when, like I said in the previous video, when you were consciously affecting your subconscious, you were controlling that subconscious now. So now it's no longer out of your control, and now you know why certain things are operating that way. And the more control that we feel like that we have, the better. Because a lot of people we have control issues. The only things that we can control is what we think, what we speak, who we are. That's all you can control. You can't control anything else. Nothing else. You can control. You can control what happens to you by what you do, but only to a certain. Oh my God! Excuse me, y'all. I'm so sorry. I am embarrassing. No, sis. But you can control it to a certain extent, is what I wanted to say. So that's kind of all the video. I just kind of wanted to just touch on like my spirituality, how I came like here to be who I am. Like, I will do another video on my altar and things like that. This is more personal, and I want to be more open about doing that before I do it. But I do have an altar. I do sometimes communicate with my honorable ancestors, my spirit guides, things of that nature. I do sit and do, I call them Bailey rituals and stuff of that nature. I do infuse my own oils and things. And when I infuse those, I infuse those with different energies. So yeah, I would definitely speak on that with a lot of people, a lot of stuff. And about the oils and stuff. Hey, if you haven't noticed, I do have a plant-based or natural body product business called Indigo Life, and the website is in the description. It's in my description. Yes, it is. But it's basically plant-based body products, natural body products. I do all of those from home. I infuse all of my own oils. I set all of my own intentions into stuff. I make everything very spiritual because my goal is to bring the spirituality back into the physical. Like I said in the previous video, there would be no spiritual without the physical. So, with that being said, go check that out if you would like. I'm not pressuring you. Do whatever. If you know somebody who will be interested in it, spread it to them. Send it to them. Any questions, comments, concerns about what I shared in today's video, you can leave a comment down below. You can add me on Instagram and DM me. My Instagram is at indigo.shy. So yeah, I think that's all I really got for y'all today. Peace, love, light, love, love. Bye-bye.